And welcome to everybody. I'm Kath.
I'm Nick.
And here we are for part three of our
Part three.
terrific series about coming late to the party. Nobody's late to the party
You're
ever.
never late to the party, especially to the after party. The after party, everyone's on time.
Yeah.
But we were just discussing, journeys and just loving what you do, and not necessarily worrying about the where it's going to take you at the time. Like where I'm at right now with my journey, I am worried. I'm not worried, but I'm working towards publication. But I've been at this for a very long time. So that's where my journey is taking me. But 10, 15 years ago, I didn't really worry about publication. A lot of people around me did. And I don't know if you've ever had that, Kath, where people around you are pushing you to get published, and maybe you weren't
Mhm.
ready, but like they all want that for you, and you're like, I'm not ready, like pump the
Mm.
brakes. And they just, a lot of people in my life were trying to fill me with fear about, like the industry passing me by, or what I write might not be popular in when I'm ready. And I just didn't buy any of that. It was all hogwash to me. I just didn't buy any of it. I just kept, chugging along and doing what I loved, which was building my abilities. Um,
Mm.
I like to be good at something. I don't have to be great at it, but I like to be good at something. I like to feel comfortable with something. So if I'm going to sign my name on a contract and promise these people that I'm going to publish a book for them, I want to be able to do it. I don't want to. And that was another thing for me, is I didn't want to be a one book wonder. I didn't want to have just one book on a shelf. I wanted this to be a career where I, can write many books. And to be able to do that, I wanted to be able to write many books. And so when I was doing this research on authors and how old they were when they got published, what their debuts were, I was just astonished at how many of these amazing books that I've read throughout my life, that these authors were in their 50s when they were published, and beyond. And the one that was like just blew me away, her name was Laura Page. She wrote A Dangerous Weakness. She was 93 years old when she published that book.
Ah, that's fantastic.
I like that. Like, I just found that so endearing. I don't know. It really just made my heart sing, because I was just like, it's just never, ever too late. Never.
Never.
And I'm just really have been on this journey about, not limiting my beliefs, not keeping my beliefs in a bubble, letting my beliefs be expansive and, of abundance. And I've just really been practicing not putting a damper on myself, not putting a lid on my dreams,
Mm.
and just
Mm.
allowing them to breathe. And this just gave me so much inspiration. The woman that wrote Black Beauty was 57. The gentleman that wrote Dracula, Bram Stoker, he was 50. It's just like, it's just never, you just never know when it's going to be your time. And I just think that, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of a beautiful thing when you get to that space where you feel ready and you're really ready.
Hmm.
And I just think that you're going to call the things into your life that are meaningful. And I just really want to encourage whoever needs encouraging, that, just don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. This feeling will come to you when you're ready. And I had this hunger. I remember having this hunger like maybe like 10 years ago, but I was not ready 10 years ago. And I'm glad it didn't happen back then. It almost kind of did, but oh gosh, I was just not the right. I was not the writer I am today. I did not know what I was doing, really,
Mm.
at all. And it was been fun to watch other authors in their journeys too. And I really encourage that too. Like, I don't know about you, but like I I follow different authors, and I kind of like, not that I want to emulate exactly what they do, but I love watching how they blossom and like how they transformed. And like, I love listening to their journeys of like having to go to different countries to do signings and interviews. And I just find that so inspirational and encouraging. Do you find that happen?
I do, and in fact, two fellow writers from England, have just been awarded some awards. Okay, what is the right way to say that? Anyway, they've just been awarded some top recognitions for their
Recognitions.
books that aren't even a year old.
That's
I
awesome.
think that's fantastic because they're working with the same publisher I am. And I think
Yes.
that really bodes well for the publisher, I think,
Hmm.
choosing the right authors. And
Yes.
they chose me. So
That's
I'm
awesome.
excited. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I'm not going to rest on my laurels and sit back and wait for the book to be published whenever, the window of publication comes. I'm going to do the work for the next book and the next book and a side project that I have. And I'm not going to give up because you know what? This time next year, I'll be a year older. And if I didn't do the work, I'll still be a year older.
Yeah, that's another thing too, is like I mean, I'm not I and this I think another thing too is really to have a bigger than yourself reason for the writing. For me, it's like a lot of my writing I have crafted. It took a lot of like my own journey. I put a lot of my own journey into my writing, and I want to, I want to share it. If I
I
can help
still
anyone, see themselves in these characters, that would be amazing to me.
And we all do. And I think part of the writing process is that you're always, when you're writing a book, you're struggling with something internally yourself, and it
Yeah.
never resolves. The book doesn't resolve, and you don't resolve until that thing inside you resolves. And I think that is a great topic for another day because we are like out of time.
All right.
Time flies by when you're here for 5 minutes.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure talking about this, and it's never too late. So
Never too late.
get
I agree.
get going.
See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.